Welcome to the tutorial for Empyrion Galactic Survival Vanilla Edition. Okay, so once we land on the ground, first two things you want to do is you want to pick up this flashlight and your survival tool. Next, you're going to need food, so you want to pick up these plant proteins. Kind of looks like this. Alright, once you've picked up a sufficient amount of these, you're going to want to make yourself some energy bars. Press tab on the keyboard, and then over here you're going to press shift and left click so you can start making 10 of these at a time. So what I usually do is I usually keep them in the output, because as you can see, they have a perish time. I eat these two right now. Now, the perish time doesn't activate until you remove them from the output, so if you're a beginner running on survival, if you want to keep your food good, I would keep them in the output and just shift right click to eat them, like so. Now I have 26 more plant proteins, and I'm not quite full yet, so I'm just going to move these to my inventory and eat them. So now that I'm fully full, move my bandages here. Now, I don't need to know how to build simple vehicles. So if you would like to look at these, you can by pressing shift and right mouse button. Or you can put them on the toolbar and use it that way. But me, I'm just going to put it in the trash because I already know, and I'm just going to demonstrate it anyways. Well, that's gone. Now, with this multi-tool, this is going to be your best friend to begin with. You're going to right-click, and you got three different options. Salvage mode, defense mode, and resource mode. Defense mode will be this little red beam, and that's going to be for shooting animals and stuff so that you can protect yourself. So anything that's attacking you, attack with this. However, it is very weak. It's not the most efficient weapon, but it is a weapon. Now, for salvage mode, you're gonna have this green laser. So if you have a damaged structure and you want to collect the resources from it, you hold this down and you will collect it. And we will go over that later. Right now, we are going to use the resource mode. And this is a silicon bearing. As you can see in the right-hand side, resource info, hit points going down. So this is a carbon bearing, so we're gonna need carbon. You can also make carbon from stone. So all these stones out here, we're going to grab this. Stone is going to be your most valuable resource until you start mining underground. This is a copper bearing. You're going to need copper as well to progress from here. But we're going to go ahead and collect this. This is a iron bearing. Let's go ahead and collect this. Now, trees. This is another resource that you're going to need a lot of because this is where you're going to get your fuel source. Now, these are plant fibers, which you can also get from trees, but if they're here, you might as well pick them up because you get experience points. I'm going to take this tree. That way I can get some logs, which will then allow me to create plant fibers, which will then allow me to make biofuel. Now, if you press M, you'll be able to see a map of the planet. Use the left mouse button to drag. Look. Over here on the right-hand side, it'll show you the resources you can find on the planet. You got 3 iron deposits, 3 copper, 9 silicon, and 3 carbon. Now, there will be resources that aren't native to the planet that you can find on the surface. However, these will be the main ones that you will find on the ground that you can mine. Like this right here is a titanium bearing. You'll want to get this for later on. Just something to come across it, collect it. You'll need it. If you come across this blue, if you need more plant protein, this is also plant protein, so you can also collect this. So if I press tab here, you're going to see I've got 26 silicon ore, 108 carbon substrate, 308 crushed stone, 10 titanium ore, 36 plate fibers, 33 wood logs, 17 iron ore, and copper. Now, generally, you want to have at least 40 or 50 silicon ore, iron ore, and copper ore, which you can collect from the surface, and maybe 100 wood logs, just to get you started. And as much crushed stone as you can get. You also press tab and you go up to this top bar here. This right here is your tech trees. On this, you can go over to your tools, and these are tools that you'll need, like you do chainsaw for collecting trees. To unlock your multi-tool, which I'm going to do. Under miscellaneous, you scroll down, there's a portable constructor. Now you'll need this, so I'm going to unlock this right now. Next thing I'm going to do is go to the weapons tab, and I'm going to select a weapon that I'm going to start off with, and I'm going to choose the shotgun. Okay, so next step, I'm going to press tab. Over here is the suit constructor, which is where I'm going to make the portable constructor. Now, while that's crafting, I'm going to come over here. See this giant rock here? I'm going to take it. Now, you can collect the bones, but it only gives you experience points. So if you want free experience points, yeah, go for it. So as you can see in the distance at 200 meters, we've got a unknown resource. We're going to go ahead and head to that. I will show you what to do next. Now, as we can tell, we're almost above it. While we're still on the resource mode. Now we can just start digging underneath the ground. Get to this copper node. It's small. Just hold it in one spot. Don't move it around. See, now we're starting to see copper. So as you can see, the different colors, how it changes. So this is the copper ore that we're going to get. Now, mining underground does not give you experience points, but it is much faster and more efficient at getting your resources. All right, so we've collected all of the copper ore in this copper node, but oh no, we're stuck underground, right? We don't have a jetpack. Here. That's all you gotta do. Dig yourself out. Just do it at an angle upward till we get to the surface. I'm gonna use the space bar to jump. Now we're up. All right. So right now we've got 164 copper. See how much quicker that is? Getting that copper from underground. Now this little tool here on your toolbar is used for detecting resources. So there's a unknown one about 258 meters that way. And there's one about 645 that way. But we also have silicon. That's only 287 meters away. So we're going to go ahead and collect some silicon. And then we just got to find ourselves some more iron. But as you can tell, my health bar is 372 out of 500. If I want to recover some of that, I just go over here to my bandages. Press the left mouse button. And I have just recovered some health. And here we go. We are on top of the silicon deposit. Now it's starting to get dark. I'm going to now press tab and go to my tech trees again under weapons and scroll down and unlock this lovely light armor here. And then I am going to press tab again after exit out of that. Take this portable constructor, put it down here. And I'll put it down here number 7 on my toolbar. Set it out and put it down. Use my mining tool to clear out some space so I can easily see it. So first thing I want to do is transfer all of my resources except for titanium. That will do nothing with this. I'm going to go over here. It says weapons and items. I'm going to make me a spacesuit. At the same time, I'm going to make a shotgun and make 5 of the shotgun shells, which will give me 30 for each one. So 30 times 5. So while that's making, because it's going to get dark and I'm going to need something besides holding a flashlight, because I can't mine and hold a flashlight at the same time, because that'll be useless. And it's starting to get darker. It's dusk. I'm going to wait. Now, as you can see, as long as you get the resources in the input, you don't have to worry about under the components area. You don't have to worry about doing all this. It'll do it all for you. So now I'm going to shift left click to bring it to my inventory. Press the tab button, drag and drop it under armor. Bam. There we go. Now I'm wearing a suit. Press J to activate, as you can see on the left-hand side. A little spaceman with the backpack. Now I have a jetpack. Press L to turn on the flashlight. L to turn it off. Press U to take off your helmet. Press U to put it back on. But for our case, we're going to leave our helmet light on so we can see what we're doing at night. As you can see, the resource color changed. This is silicon right here. Alright, that's good enough. Now I got the jetpack, I can just jump out. Went in there, came out there. Fantastic. Now, move my shotgun to my toolbar. Move my ammo to my inventory. I'm gonna move all my resources back. Pick this up. So as you can see what I did, it says to left shift and F to pick up. So hold down left shift and F at the same time, pick it up. Bam. Got my shotgun and reload R. So I'm going to go ahead and press tab and drag and drop the flashlight into the trash because I no longer need it. I'm going to eat 2 more energy bars. So I'm going to put this back down. So I'm going to put my resources back in here and I'm going to show you why. So if I go down here to devices, this is a Hoverbike. I'm going to go ahead and build one of those. And Hoverbike is done. Now what's cool about the Hoverbike is I can set it down and I can hop on that, hold down spacebar to raise it up, and it activates it. Now, move around at a much faster pace. So there's a resource over here. We're going to figure out what it is. Hopefully it's some iron, because we need some iron. That's silicon. So we're going to want to remember this spot here because we're going to turn this mountain into our first base. That being said, I am going to place my campsite right here at the beach. Now, if you right click, you can choose survival tent color. You can do woodland camo or desert. Because we're on the beach, I'm going to do desert just so it blends in. Now, if you want to change the direction, you got page up, page down, insert, delete, home, and end buttons on the keyboard. And there we go. Now, if you want to sleep through the night, you can. That way it's daylight again. Or if you want to keep on doing what you're doing, go ahead and go from there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this down here. I'm going to make me an oxygen condenser. So while that's building, I'm going to transfer all of my resources over. So I got enough silicon, got enough copper. I need iron ore, and of course some more wood logs. So while we're going here, I am going to make some biofuel to use the trees. So the only thing I really need to pick up right now is some more iron ore and wood logs. I'm going to do shift. I'm going to click 5 times to make 50 biofuels. I'm going to bring the O2 condenser and set it right here. Now what this is going to do once I put some biofuel in is it's going to give me some oxygen and water, which I will need when I go to space. Oh, oxygen up there. I put that in there. And boom, now it's on. It's working. Gonna get me some oxygen. Pop back on this. So as you can see, I can go on, press M on the map, and it will show me where my portable constructor and everything is. Survival tent, constructor. So if I want to come back here, it'll be easy to find. Or I can just make a new marker and put pool base and hit this little house icon, waypoint, and show on HUD. Click accept. So now I can just turn around. Oh, there it is. It shows on my HUD no matter how far away I am. I can see my house. We're in search of a resource node. Right there. Now, I could have just opened up the map and looked. We had one resource node here. And there's no others in the area, which means I'd have to keep traveling around to find it. But we can hope that this one is iron. If it is, then our search is over. And we have found iron. So we are going to hop off of this. Shift F. And we are right above the iron deposit. Just going to go straight down here. And here's the iron. Thank you for tuning in to part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, where we continue this with base building.